Hey guys, my name is Autumn and I am a surrogate, and that's normally what my videos are based upon. And today is not going to be one of those videos, so I'm sorry if that's what you were expecting. Today I'm just going to be kind of venting and preaching a little bit about forgiveness and family. Forgiveness is what this world was based upon. It's what we were supposed to learn from history. And I don't think a lot of people take that into consideration when they say, I'm sorry, or they say, please forgive me. When you sit down and you pray, you are supposed to ask for forgiveness, and He is supposed to forgive you. That's what it is, right? But it's not. Because when you say, please forgive me, you're supposed to mean it. You're supposed to mean it. You're supposed to change it. Because that's just it. You're supposed to tell the truth. And if you're not actually sorry for something, you shouldn't say it. Because He knows it's a lie. He knows whether you're doing it again or not. And I think that's what the world has come to, is thinking that saying things is okay because it just doesn't matter what you say anymore nowadays. Like saying I'm sorry and expecting it to change something. If you don't really mean it and you're just going to do it again, why say I'm sorry? You know? It's kind of like forgiveness. When you are experiencing something and you want it to change, so maybe you forgive and you expect different results. That kind of leads into family. Um, I think family has gotten lost on forgiveness. I think this world has gotten lost on what family is supposed to be about. Humans crave affection and other human interaction. It is like a genuine human thing that like the whole world is based on. I mean, humans come from affection. It's just A plus B equals baby. So I don't understand where the world has come to in just not understanding that family is supposed to be family, is supposed to love and care and be there for each other. We're supposed to be like groups of people. Whatever happened to it takes a village to raise a baby? Because I have four and I've never had a village. Like, you assume that that saying came from somewhere. And I think people that have that village really take it for granted. I think people that have those holidays with their family and they have family or parents that are constantly wanting to hang out and constantly being there for each other, and they're like, hey, come to dinner, hey, I want you to come to dinner, hey, let's go to the park, or let's go to the movies, or come over for this holiday, or just come see me tonight, let's watch a movie. It's seen as a burden more than appreciated. Like, I see it so much that the people that have this village don't appreciate it, and they're like, oh, they're so overbearing, oh, they overstep, I'm so tired, like, I need my space. I get that, but I also don't, because I wish I had that. I deeply wish that I had family that wanted to come over for dinner. I had nieces and nephews and cousins that my kids could grow up around. My kids are lucky because they'll have each other, just like I had my siblings when I was growing up. But they won't know, like, my aunts and uncles or my cousins or, like, even some of my other family. Like, my kids aren't going to have that because I wasn't blessed with that kind of family. So, if you're watching, then I think you should really appreciate what you have, because what if you didn't have that? What if you didn't have family that you could trust your kids to be around for a few nights? What if you didn't have family that were like, hey, let me watch my grandbaby tonight? Or let me watch my niece or nephew tonight? Like, what if you didn't have that? What if the holidays came around and all you had was you and your kids? Which is okay. Like, I am so blessed to have my kids and my husband. But I feel so sad sometimes because that's all I have. Like, these people that have the family that they do, they don't get the sadness of when filling my kids out for preschool, I had to list 3 people that could pick my kids up if there were an emergency. All I got is me and my husband. Who, like, they don't know the sadness of being like, I don't have anybody else. Like, it is just me and my husband. I don't have a third person to put down. And then the teacher is like, you don't have nobody? No, I have nobody. Like, so they don't understand that sadness. So I'm here to tell you, if you have that family, appreciate it. Like, deep down in your heart, appreciate what you have. It's okay to want it to back off a little bit, but it's not okay to see it as such a burden, because what if you didn't have that? Or what if tomorrow something happened and you didn't have it anymore? How sorry would you be that you took that for granted? I bet you would feel really bad. So just think about that. I'm here to also tell you that if you have toxic family, I get you. I get it. And I am so sorry that you grew up with it or that you're dealing with it, because that's where this other conversation is leading to. If you have toxic family, it is not okay to hold it over their head. It is not okay to hold a grudge to the grave. That is not okay. It is not okay for you to feel so entitled to how you grew up that it like, that if something happens, then what, you're still holding a grudge? It's not okay. And it's not okay for any of the other family to have a say so on how that relationship is built. So, what I mean by that is, if you do something to get away from that family, it's okay, because it's okay to want better. I get so sad sometimes, because I don't have a family. And it's because my family is toxic. It's not because I don't have the family, because I have so much. My husband has so much family, but we don't, because we don't want our kids to grow up the way that we grew up. And it's not holding a grudge, because we forgive all of them. Like, we forgive them. But if something were to happen tomorrow, we couldn't say, oh, we miss them, because we don't spend time with them. Nothing gives us that right to be like, I miss them. Like, I'd be sorry that something happened, but you can't say you miss somebody if you didn't take advantage of the time that you had. And that's where I was going with the toxic family, is if they did something when you were younger, like say you grew up and they were drinking or doing drugs or whatever the case may be, if they put you on the back burner as a child and they were still growing up, because that's how a lot of us are, is my generation, that they were growing up still. Like they were still kids themselves. My parents were still kids when they were raising me and my brother and sisters. Like my parents were still growing and they didn't know how to raise children. I had a roof over my head. A lot of the times it wasn't their roof. Like it was whoever they were staying with, so their kids had a roof over their head. But I still had a roof. I may have not had present parents, but I had a roof. I may have not had sober parents, but I had a roof, and I can appreciate that. But at the same time, like when I grew up, I expected better. I want my kids to have grandparents and family that learned from their mistakes. So this is out to you. If you have toxic family, you grew up in a toxic household, it's okay to want better. If they learned from it and now they're present, they're sober, they're present, they care about you, they care about your kids, they're trying to make up for lost time, appreciate it. Because a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people, they don't learn from the mistakes. So don't hold it over their head. Don't. Because you don't know how much time you have left. Forgive. You don't have to forget, but you don't have to hold it over their head because they're trying to do better. They might have not changed all their ways, but if they're trying, then that is an effort. So don't hold it over their heads because not everybody's perfect. Humans make mistakes, and that's why forgiveness was born. Because you're supposed to forgive and you're supposed to do better. You're supposed to want better. So just do better yourself. Forgive. Help them along. Let them know you are worth the change. You are worth the effort, because it's nice to be told that. Because if they're making this change and they don't see the appreciation in it, then what makes them want to continue to change? You know? Now, if you have toxic family that didn't learn, that talk about wanting a relationship with you, but they can't do better, even as an adult, I get you. I get it. You can't want a relationship with someone. You can want a relationship with someone, because I desperately want that family. I desperately want everyone to do better. As grown adults, we are supposed to learn from our mistakes. And I desperately want that. I want them to talk about how much they care, but then actually care. I don't want the Facebook notification about how much I care about so and so and so and so, but like, you don't ever spend time with them. You don't ever call to talk to them. You don't ever try to see them. Like, gifts are not a caring thing. I don't care who you are. I don't care what money you have. Time is way more important than monetary possessions. And my kids will not grow up to think that a present is love and care. So, you get my kids something for Christmas, they're not like, it's just a gift. It's not going to be, oh, they care so much about you. Oh, they're going to come see you. I will not tell my kids that. I will not call you a certain name because you are not that to them. Like, and that's not me holding a grudge. That's me wanting better for my kids. They will know who you are, but if you want a title, you have to be present. If you want to talk about how much you care, you have to be present. And I don't mean present as in having a bottle in your hand when you're doing it. My kids will not know that. My kids will be better. If you want to visit my kids, there will be no drama. There will be no arguing. There will be no drugs. There will be no alcohol. And that's why a lot of my kids don't have family, because a lot of them do not understand the drama or any of it. I don't want the toxic stuff around my kids. And if you have to go through that same stuff, I'm so sorry for you. Because it is not fair that you were brought into a world where there's no love and no care. So, I just kind of wanted to vent a little bit. And if you stayed around this long, I just want you to know that I get it. I get it. I get it. And it's so sad and hurtful to see the people that have what I want. And my husband has to let me know that we have each other, because he sees me sometimes that I don't have that family and that he doesn't have that family. And I forgive it. I do. I just want better. And I get it. So I'm sorry, and I hope that maybe this touched a few of you, because, you know, I think this world needs a lot more love and forgiveness. And I hope that people work on their growth, because as humans, we're supposed to grow. We're not supposed to continue on the same path forever. So, I hope you guys have a good day, and I will be doing a few more of these just because I feel like more love needs to be passed around the world. And I feel like a lot of people have to be told that it's okay to want better. Not want better as in monetary possessions, because if you got a roof over your head and food in your belly, you don't have no reason to complain about nothing. But you can want better in humans, because even God himself wants better in humans and mankind. And we're supposed to be ever changing. So, if this spoke to you, then thank you for watching. And if you're one of those people that need to do some changing, just think about it, and think about if anyone's ever told you that they want better for you, try to listen, because if people are pouring their heart out to you, there's a reason for it. Words aren't just spoken, and they're not supposed to be just spoken. It's supposed to mean something deep in your heart. So, until next time, guys, thank you for watching.